Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, The Cross Penny, episode number 77. Later, about 9 o'clock, Mark walked outside the barn, stiff from working on Old Blue, and stretched. "Guess Mr. V and Mrs. V are taking Sean shopping for clothes," he said to no one as he watched the Vozzolos leave with Sean. "What in the world? What are Eduardo and Chester up to? They're loading the buses with all the workers." Mark watched as pickers and shippers filed back into the buses they got off just about 3 hours earlier. Chester's bus was first in line. He stopped and climbed off the bus to talk to Mark. He walked over to where Mark was standing and turned his back to the bus. "Mark, they're getting the week off. There's no orders. They're all canceled. Go to the kitchen and grab something to eat, but you're going to have to fix it yourself. The only crew who's working is the fence crew and Bobby in the office. If you happen to hear the phone ring, answer it. If not, don't worry about it. It'll go to the answer machine if she can't get it. When we get everybody back home across the border, Eduardo and I have a little trip to make. We should be back in a few hours." "I don't think I've ever heard Vozzolo produce so quiet before," Mark reflected as the sound of nothing stunned him. "It's like the place has totally shut down. I missed breakfast and now my bear's growling. Let's see if I can round up a green-eyed monster in the kitchen instead of my apartment. I just don't want to walk back across the street. I understand why Tony wanted his apartment separate from everybody else's. His heart was in that shed. I hope I am going to be willing to talk to Gwen soon. Man, I miss her so much. I really thought we would spend the rest of our lives together. Rusty's baby. That's a hard pill to swallow, and I don't know if I honestly can. And Rusty, I miss you too, my best friend." Before Mark cooked his breakfast, the kitchen phone rang. "Hello, Vozzolo Produce, Mark Tompkins speaking. How can I help you?" "No, I'm sorry, Wayne Vozzolo is not available right now." "Did you say Mark Tompkins as in Beth's son?" the voice on the other end asked. "Yes, I'm Mark Tompkins. Your voice sounds familiar, but I don't know who you are," Mark replied. "It's Bill Blankenship from the Southern District Cattlemen's Association." "Mr. Blankenship, what a surprise. It's great to hear from you. What can I do for you?" Mark asked. "Your mama visited me last night and told me about the produce rustling and for the need to finish that fence, but she said, 'Old Blue, and I'm anxious to see that old relic, was rather sick.' She also said that there are sleeping places for 48 people and there's a big walk-in freezer in the mess hall kitchen. I've rounded up some guys and we're headed over there today. We'll get those fence posts up and as much of the fence as we can before we leave in a few days. See you in a little." Click. Mark heard nothing but a dial tone. "Well, that's a big answer to part of Eduardo's prayer. Not sure how that's going to go over with Mr. and Mrs. V." 2 o'clock came and went. Mark was greasy, still struggling on Old Blue. Man, Mama would have had this one thing done a long time ago. "Hey, anybody there?" Startled, Mark turned around to see Bill Blankenship. "We knew you were going to be a big guy, and you haven't let us down at all," Bill laughed. "Show us our beds and the walk-in freezer in the mess hall kitchen. Then you can take us down to the fence line. We have lots and lots of daylight left, and we brought flood lamps for working after dark if we need them." The men unloaded their luggage in the apartments. Every bed was claimed. The cattle ranchers filled the nearly empty walk-in freezer with beef and put the remainder in the cooler. Mark shook his head as he whispered to himself, "I cannot believe I am leading a convoy of powerful tractors hooked up with augers out to the fence line. I just can't believe it." "Mr. Blankenship and guys, stay away from the yellow rope. That's where the damage was done Saturday night. That area is poisoned," Mark warned. All of the men stood outside the rope and looked at it. "I agree, and I would believe we would all concur that what they did is the equivalent of cattle rustling." Everyone agreed with Bill. "Tell me, Mark, what's growing there?" "I don't know. I just know it was a very expensive special order of some sort of exotic vegetables you might find in a very expensive steakhouse. It was scheduled to be picked today," Mark answered. "Where's everybody at?" someone asked. "Honestly, don't know that either." "Well, show us what you do know about this fence." Bill patted Mark on the back. The Vozzolo fence crew had already stopped working. They were looking at the parade of tractors with augers and all the workers holding leather gloves and wearing tool belts. "Mark, what's this all about?" one of them asked. "Beats me. But these guys know what to do with their tractors, and all of them know how to put up barbed wire like nobody's business. Y'all get the guys to work? Y'all get these guys to work. I'm glad I'm ahead of you on the holes. Mark showed the tractor drivers the pink crosses and his marking jigs. Gentlemen, start your tractors. Bill barked out the orders. The 12 tractors rumbled to life as the original crew got acquainted with the new 36-man crew from several pickups. Come on, Mark, Bill said. Let's see if you can stay far enough ahead of the pink crosses to be safe.